much love, but a young nigga fit a hate. But you say chopper, make a bitch nigga reiterate. 3 bands on the rated day you shit face. I don't give a fuck what a broke bitch gotta say. Big bands over this way.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy LV Skinny, and today I am here to check out the worst rap albums of 2017. I wasn't big on albums type shit. Like, I don't know, me personally, I ain't about to go out and just gonna buy someone's music when I can download it for free. But you know, I do listen to music daily, so hopefully I know the songs or know the albums that are listed in this shit. So yeah, let's get to it.
Yo, what is up, guys? Throwaway back here again with another video. So 2017 just ended. We are now in 2018. But with that said, I wanted to bring you guys my worst album of 2017. Of course, it's a rap album. And if you haven't already told by the thumbnail, it is Teenage Emotions by Yachty.
Oh, man. All right, I ain't gonna flex. The mixtape, like his Little Boat, the first one, that shit was a banger. This one, it was more emotional, if you can tell by the title. I can't find my damn lighter, but yeah, it was more emotional if you can, if you look on the title of it. But I'm telling you, he had that one song, as I had to say, like, man, I swear it was some bangers on that. What?
This album is bad for so many reasons. The first one being that Yachty, this was the opportunity he finally had to prove all the haters wrong. He had the chance to finally prove everyone wrong who doubted him and called him garbage and said he wasn't.
That's facts, because people was, I think this came out like after him and Joe Budden was in a beef type shit. So people was expecting Yachty to come out and just, like spaz on shit. And it was kind of more just, like some emotional shit. So I guess I wouldn't call it the worst rap album of 2017, but
you know, belonging in hip-hop, and everyone who looks up to him and, you know, just treats this guy as a good rapper is stupid, and his whole fan base is dumb, and just everything that was associated with Lil Yachty, all the hate that he was getting when he was coming up. And this was his chance to prove them wrong, and what does he do? He releases one of the most generic and boring albums of the year.
Generic? I can understand him saying boring because, you know, it's emotional. A nigga that want to get hype like me would listen to that. But generic? Really? The songs on there was like random, like weird, kind of. That's not really that generic. What?
It's sad to say, because a solid project could have shut a lot of these people up, and it could have propelled Yachty even further. After coming off of Summer Songs 2, which was also felt with lukewarm reception, this was his chance to finally shine. And
alright, I ain't gonna flex. Summer Songs 2, that shit was whack as hell. This Teenage Emotions, that shit was decent, especially, and it's called Teenage Emotions. So you shouldn't have came into it expecting some hype and all that. But no, that's Summer Songs too. No, I did listen to that. That shit was
like I said, he just didn't deliver, and the whole album just completely missed the mark. And it seems like they kind of completely forgot the reason that we liked Lil Yachty in the first place. So first things first, I think there's too much label influence on this album. So Lil Yachty is signed to QC, the label, and honestly, I think QC is one of the best labels right now in hip hop. They manage the Migos.
Shout out to QC.
With Lil Yachty, and I know they do some stuff with OG Mako as well, or OG Mako, however you say his name, but they do some stuff with him as well. I think they're pretty good to their artists, and they support them fairly well. As you can see with the Migos, they've stuck by them for a really long time, so this is not a slight at QC, but I think there was way too much label influence on Teenage Emotions, and that's why it came out so weird. First things first, the reason a lot of people like Yachty is for the amateur style that he has when he was coming up on side.
Okay, so I think this is just about this album. Because it says worst rap album. Hell no, man. Lil Yachty did not have the fucking worst rap album of 2017. The whole year.
And even on the Little Boat tape, it doesn't sound very professional, and I think that's what adds to the charm of the tape, is it's just some amateur style dude rapping with ridiculous auto-tune. Like, it just works for what it is. But when you take Teenage Emotions and you listen to it, it sounds way too professional, it sounds way too overproduced, and it just sounds just not like Lil Yachty. Like, it just doesn't sound like...
I can see what he's saying, but at the same time, I mean, that was a Lil Yachty coming from recording in his room and shit to becoming fucking Lil Yachty. Like, he had to be in the studio now. Like, I can understand what he's saying about the label trying to overdo it, but at the same time, I honestly feel like that was just Yachty. I feel like he was like, no, bro, like, I need something for my people's emotions. I need it for their feelings. Come on, just let me do it. I feel like this was Yachty's idea to do this. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like the label would want him to put out Teenage Emotions type shit. They want the fucking one night type shit, but he ended up doing something different.
It fits what he does, and when he's trying to take himself way too serious, it's hard to take him serious because, realistically speaking, he can't sing, he isn't the best rapper, and when he tries to take himself overly serious, it just seems a little bit silly. Also, there are no sailing team features on this, which is what absolutely made the Little Boat tape, and what made it so unique was the production by his friends.
No, it didn't. Like, the mixtape, me personally, I listened to it for Lil Yachty. Like, his songs on it. No disrespect to his niggas, but some of them songs on there was ruined by his niggas. So, I don't know where he's going with right
friends,
there.
And just them all working together on that project. When you get to Teenage Emotions, there isn't any Sailing Team features, and there's barely, if like maybe 2 tracks of Sailing Team production on the whole thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's weird because when you hear the interviews before this album came out, he was saying he wanted to have a bunch of Sailing Team features. He wasn't really trying to get a bunch of features outside of that. He just wanted to work with his friends and create this album. But then when it came out, it just was the exact opposite of that. The album felt like it was chasing singles. It felt like it was trying to get on the radio, and it felt like it was trying to propel Yachty even forward because he was the talk of the town at the time. Everyone was talking about Lil Yachty before this album came out, whether it be good or bad, and I think the label tried to come in and tried to, chase singles. They tried to chase songs that they think would get big, and overall, they just kind of failed. The good thing about this, though, is Lil Yachty has acknowledged this, and he said,
I feel like this video too damn long just to say Yachty had a shitty-ass mix
within the next few months. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out in December, but we are now in January, and it is still not out. But it's good to see that he acknowledged this, and he acknowledges the problems that people had with this tape, and it looks like he's going to take a better step in the future, which is good to see. Another big problem with this album is the length of the album. So if you don't know, streams are a big part in how we perceive rappers now, and the sales are just pretty much how we perceive who's popping, who's not, and stuff like that. So with the streams, a lot of people are putting more songs on their album for more chances to get streamed. That way they get more sales.
It was hella songs.
Lil Yachty put 20 songs on this album, which is really long and really ridiculous, especially for someone like Lil Yachty, whose music doesn't have all that substance. If we were to see Kendrick Lamar,
I can understand that. Like, but at the same time, that's good of Yachty to motherfucking drop all that music. Like, instead of being like, say if he only dropped 10 and y'all think the songs are shitty, say if he dropped 10 shitty songs, like, then you're gonna be like, damn, all these songs are shitty. But if he dropped 20 shitty songs, it's a potential of at least 4 out of 20 being hot. So he can just keep making music. Like, fuck what these niggas talking about, man. Like, I don't know. This shit right here, low-key, is making me mad.
Something with like 20 songs, it wouldn't be that bad. But when you see Lil Yachty do it, it just seems a little bit ridiculous, and it seems a little bit excessive, especially when the songs themselves aren't that good. None of these songs are really that good, and the singles for the whole album, like Peekaboo and Harley, they just seem really childish, and they just seem way too silly. And I know Yachty is, like, some of his appeal is that he's silly, but these are just ridiculous. Like, they're not very good songs. They sound ridiculous, and once again, they sound way too overproduced.
I didn't fuck with Peekaboo or Harley,
didn't
honestly.
like them, and they didn't really seem to catch on as much as the label was hoping for. The next thing I want to talk about is the effect on Yachty's career after this album dropped, and I think this is why it is the worst album of 2017, because this really seemed to have affected Yachty. When Yachty was coming out with this album, he was the talk of the town. Everyone was talking about Lil Yachty. Everyone had an opinion on him, whether it be good or bad. But after this album dropped, it seems like he lost a lot of his hype. He lost a lot of his, steam that he had going for him. He only sold 40K on this album, despite having 20 songs on the album, which the whole purpose was to make...
I did remember seeing that, I think Academics was saying that his shit flopped or something like that. But... I don't know. I do understand what he's saying about it affected Yachty's career. Even the Joe Budden, what's that? Everyday Struggle. Him on there and Joe Budden like really coming at him, like making him seem like he don't know his shit. I will say that shit did do something to his career, because after that, I've been hearing hella shit. Oh, y'all do this, y'all do that. Even more than I was hearing before. I still fuck with Yachty personally, but I can see what they say.
So that it sold more, and then it ended up not working, and he ended up flopping, and a lot of people saw that, and a lot of people made fun of him, they roasted him, and it seemed like he lost a lot of the hype that he had going into the album just because he couldn't deliver. Not only did Yachty's core fan base not really like the album, but it didn't really get any mainstream attention as well. If you look at Summer Songs 2 and Little Boat, all of them have some standout songs, but when you look at Teenage Emotions, that is the exact opposite. All of these songs sound very similar, and they're not really that standout. And honestly, they're, once again, not really all that good. Despite all this,
all you had to
despite
say,
Yachty having a bad album, he ended up making millions over the year, though, just from capitalizing on the hype and getting a lot of endorsements with things like Sprite and things like Target and Nautica. He's making a bunch of money through there, so it's safe to say that he didn't have a horrible 2017, but he definitely lost some of his hype, especially if you're comparing him to the 2016 XXL freshmen like Kodak.
He's in the, I'll say he's in the middle on that XXL shit, because let's see, Lil Dicky, he's bigger than Lil Dicky. I fuck with Designer, but he's bigger than Designer, bigger than Davies, bigger than Denzel Curry. My fault, my camera messed up. But yeah, as far as Herb, I want to say he's bigger than him mainstream wise, but Herb is bigger in the streets. Who else is on this shit? He ain't bigger than 21. He ain't bigger than Kodak. He ain't bigger than Uzi. That's what I'm saying. He in the middle on this XXL class. You can't compare him to
Lil Uzi. Just a lot of the guys in that XXL freshman class ended up blowing up. 21 Savage is another one. These guys all blew up, and they're still taking off, and now they're all outside Yachty, which is crazy to think, because going into the XXL list, he was one of the biggest artists in that group at the time. I don't think this killed Yachty. I don't think Yachty's career is over because he released a bad album, but I think he needs to do something soon, and the snippets that we've heard from Little Boat 2 sound really good, and it seems like he's finally going back to the roots of where he came, and it seems like he's finally releasing some solid music, but only time will tell. If he does bad with Little Boat 2, this might be the end of Little Yachty. He might lose a lot of his hype, and he might start to fade into irrelevancy, but like I said, only time will tell. Let me know what you think of my opinion down in the comments down below. What is your worst rap album of 2017? Feel free to let me know down in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you dislike this video for some odd reason, be sure to hit the dislike button. And if you're new,
this nigga tripping. He's telling people to hit the dislike button.
Oh, hell no. And as always, peace out.
Y'all better not dislike my shit. His name Jacob Throwaway. Shout out to him for the video, but yeah, I gotta disagree. I don't know what is the worst rap album of 2017, but I can't sit here and say that Lil Yachty shit was the worst. Because if you're gonna say worst, you gotta be like the worst out of fucking the XXL class, worst out of the niggas coming up in I don't know. Because there's been hella albums dropped in 2017 that were shitty. Like, I don't know. Shout out to him nonetheless. Shout out to my nigga Lil Yachty. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that. Till next time, YouTube, I'm out.